In this video, we're going to talk about 7 income streams that all millionaires have. Hi, my name is John Lee. If it's the first time you've come across my channel is all about creating multiple streams of income and starting and growing businesses. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss out on all the new content. So the first way a lot of millionaires earn their income is by using earned income. So this one actually trade time for money. So if you're watching this right now, you're probably working per hour. So you earn X amount of hours to earn X amount of pounds. So a lot of people, when they get into earned income, it's great if you're a high income earner like a doctor, or if you are a CEO of a company, it's quite possible to have earned income and create millionaire status. The problem with income is very hard to scale that income. Number 2 is actually using profit income. So what's profit income? Profit income is when you're able to create a business. So let's say, for example, your costs are say 100,000, but you make 200,000, then the profit there is 100,000. So you could actually create something where you can arbitrage. We buy something at a low price and sell it at a high price. You see a lot of people, especially I've got a lot of friends who do a lot of what we call e-commerce. So they put a lot of things on stores, they buy it cheap, they source it at a low price, and they sell it for a very, very high price. So you can actually use what we call profit income. A lot of millionaires, they have a lot of different businesses where businesses sell something at a low price and sell it at a high price. That's how they're able to get profit income. The third income stream that all millionaires have is using what we call interest income. So let's say right now you can find somewhere where you can get high interest. So most people put the money in the bank. The problem with putting the money in the bank is that there's only so much money and interest that you can get, because the bank's goal is to take your money and earn more money with your money. So what we want to do is, when we're creating interest income, we want to put it into something that creates high interest. Now, of course, anything with high interest also has high risk. So you got to balance it up. When you're looking at risk and reward, they both come hand in hand. So make sure that if you're going to do that, make sure you do your research first. Okay, the fourth income stream that a lot of millionaires have is what we call dividend income. So let's say, for example, right now you have a business or you're a part of other business. This is why if you look at someone like Sir Richard Branson, he has access to 400 companies that all use the Virgin brand. So if you look at all these companies that all earn a certain amount of money, each one that earns a profit at the end of the year, if they've made a lot of profit, then the CEOs or the owners of that company would take what we call a dividend. It's kind of like a share of that profit. So if you've got 5 business partners, you would take that dividend and you'd pay out all the shareholders of that company. So dividends really, really good, because what's happening is you're building value in that company rather than trading time for money. And so let's say that company can turn over a couple of 2, 3, 4, 5 million, then you can take that dividend and you can split that through the shareholders, and that's one of the great ways that a lot of people become millionaires. Okay, the fifth way that a lot of millionaires earn multiple streams of income is by rental income. So for example, when I first started off in property, I bought 35 houses in 6 months just when I first started out. The way I was able to do that was to use financing strategies. I found investors, I found properties below the market value, and then what I started to do was to rent those properties out. So imagine right now you have 10 or 20 or 30 properties, and maybe if you just start off with 1 or 2 or 3 properties and you're renting those out, you can actually make rental income from those properties. And of course, what happens to the properties over time increase in value. So if you sell that property, you're now able to get what we call lump sums of cash. So if you buy a property for 100,000 and then you sell it for 200,000, then you made 100,000 profit. But a lot of the times when it creates passive income is where you can take a property and then you can rent that out. A lot of people say, well, hold on, John, if you've got a property, then don't you have to manage it? No, you don't have to manage it, because you can actually hire an agent and use some of the profit that you're getting from that to be able to pay them. So it's almost pretty much completely hands off. You let them deal with the tenants. Income number 6 is, as I just mentioned in the previous one, it's what we call capital gains. So the way capital gains work is you find something that has a cheaper price. And so, for example, property is a classic example of this. You can buy a property at a low value and you can sell it at a high price. So you can do something called a BMV, which stands for below the market value. Some of the times when you buy a house, a lot of people just buy a house and they wait over years for the property to increase in value. But I can tell you, like, if you're able to buy a property below the market value, you accelerate that capital growth. Almost like if you buy a property 20% below the market value, you can then sell it at a high value. And guess what happens? You make money when you buy, not when you sell. And this is a classic example. You see a lot of people, they hoard a lot of property, and over time it increases, because when someone's renting your property, the debt is getting paid off, but also the debt goes down, but the capital appreciation goes up. So imagine right now you're getting your tenants to pay off your mortgage. What happens? Once they pay that mortgage off, you're now left with a lot of equity. So what can you do? You can actually leverage through that whole portfolio and pull that money back out, or you can actually start renting those properties out. And now, because you're not paying off a mortgage, anything that comes in is pure passive income. So that's why property is such a great investment, because you buy low, sell high, you buy low, rent high, you buy low, sell low as well. So that's another strategy you could use. And the last strategy, this one is what all the top multi-millionaires do. Before I tell you this, if you love this content, you want to learn more, then hit the subscribe button, turn on bell notifications so you don't miss out on all the new content that I'll be uploading. So the last income, number 7, is what we call royalty income. So you look at all the celebrities, all the actors, all the singers, they actually have royalties. Like, for example, if you've ever done any extra work before, and I know when I was in my teens, I was doing some extra work on TV, and when they used to show that show, they used to send a check through all the time, because they're using your IP, your brand on TV, but you can do this with your work. You might have a license that you sell. So let's say, for example, you look at the casinos. If you're ever into Vegas, you got those like roulette wheels. Well, do you know that machine that actually counts the chips? Well, those are all licensed, so they got to pay a royalty to use those machines, right? Not all the casinos, but a lot of the casinos. So if you think about what could you create that would produce a royalty, or almost like a license fee that gets paid every single month or every single week, you could actually start earning a lot of income. So of course, you need to be a little bit more creative and look at what the biggest problems are and solve those problems. And if you can do that, you can charge royalty. There you go. You can now start earning a lot more income. So these are a lot of the things that a lot of the multi-millionaires are doing. These are some of the income streams that they have. It's never just one income stream, because if you have all your eggs in one basket and you drop the basket, what's going to happen? So we must have multiple streams of income. That's what this channel is about. If you check out some of the videos, I talk about lots of different ways to earn a living and start a business where you can earn what I call residual income as well. So my question for you is, which of these 7 income streams are you going to try? Leave a comment below, let me know, and let me know why you would like to do that. If you have any questions as well, leave a question below and I'll personally come in and answer that question. Other than that, thank you so much for watching this. I'll link some videos here and here. I'll leave a subscribe button up here as well, and so you can watch all the new content that I produce. It's John Lee, the author of Business Hack. Bye for now.